Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect, to the 1/3 and the 144,000. Death to 2/3 and all the wicked. We have Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, the 23rd chapter. And, I want to start here in, we'll start in 13. It says, "Remember thy father and thy mother when thou sittest among great men." So, real quick, one way in which you honor your mother and your father is, in the biggest way, is in your actions. Okay? So, one action that could take place is sitting amongst great men and saying, "Remember thy father and thy mother." Okay? And it's going to go on. It's going to give us a little more detail. It says, "Be not forgetful before them, and so thou by thy custom," and so thou by thy custom, uh, uh, by thy custom become a fool, and wish that thou hadst not been born, and curse the day of thy nativity. So don't be an embarrassment, So that's one way you honor your mother and your father. And so coming into this truth, how do you do that when your mother and your father, they don't have the right conduct? That's just the way it's going to be. But you can still have proper conduct, and in that sense and in that fashion, you now honor them. You see, you honor them in the presence of great men, but also in the sight of the Most High. Okay, that's going to be taken accounted for. It says, verse 15, "The man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life." So when you look at this word opprobrious, expressing scorn or criticism of language. Okay. Give another. Let's see. Examples in the sentence. An opprobrious attack on the alleged corruption in the police department. Right. Opprobrious language. Expressive of opprobrium, something that brings disgrace. See? Something that brings disgrace. So don't say nothing stupid, man. Don't say nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid that'll bring a dishonor. Okay? That'll cause people to talk bad about you, because what they're going to talk bad about is your parents. It's going to go back to, this guy, why wasn't he raised right, man? And then in this day and age, people say, "What'd you say about my mama?" Yeah, people naturally say, "Hey, mama ain't raised no fool. Mama didn't raise no fool." Right? Everyone has that, saying about them where they care about what their mother or their father say in word only, but not in action, not in deed. And the scriptures tell us to let us love in action and in deed, not in let us not love in word or in tongue, rather in truth and in action, in deed and in truth. Okay? Matter of fact, in verse 13 it says, "Use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin." And swearing just means making oaths. So if you make an oath or a promise, you should follow up on it. Okay? Don't do it half-heartedly. If you say you're gonna do something, you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to mean it. Okay? So what is all this getting down to? What's the point of reading all this? This is a conduct, man. This is conduct. This is a way in which you're supposed to behave, man. Okay, this is one way that you honor your mother and your father, man, is by conduct. But you have a greater sense of a mother and a father now, which is this word, okay? Wisdom, your loving mother, okay? The heavenly Father, your Father, if He is indeed your Father, listen to Him. Obedience is better than a sacrifice. Doing the right thing is better than having to come and say, I'm sorry, man. It's that simple of a concept. Okay, let's read on verse 16. 2 sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed. A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he hath kindled a fire. And what happens with the fire? It's going to consume him. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die. And I've met a person or two. I'm sure we all have. There's just thirsty as hell. Doesn't care. If he's talking to a girl that has a man already, he's still trying to get in. He's still trying to have his way with her. And it's not like he's ruined. He's gonna go and tear apart, quote unquote, a happy home and cause problems for another man. It's just weird to me to walk into a house and to have to see like pictures of another man, and you're in his house where he pays the bills, and the toys that are littered on the floor, it's been purchased by with his money for the joy of his children, and you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you walk past all that and then go lay down with this woman? Just me myself personally, I can't do it. Even if she left the guy, just me personally, I can't be with a woman that's got kids, or those are trophies, man. Those children are basically living trophies. Someone already conquered that mountain. Someone already plowed that field. Anyway, we've all met the guy who he keeps at it. He's always trying to get in on some woman. He gets off. He might have a fetish like, she's married this way or that or whatever. Maybe he gets off on that a little bit more, right? Because I haven't done that one before or whatever. It's all a game. So all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die. Yeah, so he won't stop till he's dead. And you know what? There was a guy in the camp like that out here. He's better known as the Seattle Snake. His name was Abad Babal. Josh, as some people knew him. And he ended up falling out a window and getting paralyzed from like the neck or waist down or something. Most High took it away from him because he wasn't gonna stop, man. He probably still isn't stopping. If he's still alive, man, he's probably still trying to get it in. It's crazy. Anyway, a man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. You see? So that mindset, improper conduct, he only feareth the eyes of men. So here it is. This guy might actually know how to behave himself long enough, to get a job, to be in the interview. But what's going to happen is as soon as he gets in there and starts working, like, he's going to get caught. Like, if anyone's paying attention to him, guaranteed this guy's going to be caught staring at every woman that walks past. He's just going to be staring at him, And it's like, dude, like, calm the fuck down. You're at work, What are you doing? So this guy, he only fears the eyes of men, Thinking like, oh, it's no big problem. Like, I'm the guy to get away with it. And you'll hear about guys in the truth, too, who will have this mindset that, oh, well, King David did it, so I can do it. if King David was given mercy, then I can be given mercy. And that already, you see, they've already thought in their mind, man. They've already committed it in their mind. They've already shown their true colors, man. And trust me, there's guys out there to this day who have been in this camp who still call themselves teachers or pushing the word or whatever it is. What you use the adjective, whatever adjective they like to use, who have this mindset, man. So what do you think is going to happen to guys like that, man, with their mindset in the wrong place? Their heart is in the wrong place. Their mind is in the wrong spot. What do you think is going to happen? Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. He knew all things ere ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. So there's a lot of guys that, especially rappers, and Jake with money. What's their number one thing? They're like, man, it's Mr. Steal Your Girl. I got yo bitch. Like, why is it that everyone is obsessed with another man's woman? Like, if the girl's single, like, it's for some reason there's no like clout to it. Like, why don't you want to just be with a bunch of single girls? Why do you want to be with a bunch of rat traps? Why do you want to have your thing surrounded by a bunch of, used holes, man? I don't understand it. In nothing else, in no other profession, we'll call it a profession. In no other profession do you brag about used parts, man. You know what I'm saying? You're building a record-breaking machine, for a drag strip. You're going to use all used parts? And really rely on that, man? You can get a used block, a used crankshaft. The journals are all worn out. You can replace the bearings and the shit still is going to spin a rod. You're going to go buy all used tires at the peak of a season, in the start of a season where it's severe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go buy used oil. Do you go buy used food? Who the hell brags about used goods, used and damaged goods, man? These rappers, man. So a lot of them, you've seen it happen with like Kodak Black. Look at Kobe. Kobe, he should have just stayed single, bro. All this that they're trying to say about him, he was smart, he prepped, he everything he did was, to retire out of the NBA. He had all his things set up. Nah, if he really was, man, he would have had prenups a lot sooner. He would have kept really protected his money. He should have never got married. He could have had kids, He could have had kids. But you didn't have to get married, man. Because you should just stayed single, man. But still, he's going to meet, some chick is going to get tickets or go with her friend or her boss to a game. Her man trusts her, so-called. She's able to meet Kobe. She hooks up with him. Kodak Black, that dude's crazy. But all these celebrities, all these rappers, man, people with money, that's all that they care about, is getting with the next man's woman, man. So when you translate that over through the spirit, and you see you got Israelites cheating on the Most High, and they're jumping around from Africanism to, some conscious ascension, this, that, the third, or guys just like Ari Spears, man. Most High is going to make a lot of their deaths public because they're already questioning the Heavenly Father, and wicked men understand. They don't understand judgment, man. Wicked men don't understand judgment, so they're gonna receive it of the Most High. Okay. I'm not gonna finish this last part out because that's pretty much another lesson. But just to summarize it, for the women that do this, your kids will be put to death, man. Your kids gotta die. You and the kids. That's according to law and custom. So when you start seeing, this woman in church get killed with her kid, hey, she was most likely committing adultery, man. And if she didn't get punished for it in her past life, it caught up to her now. Okay? It caught up to her now. That's what that means. Whether people like it or not, that's just what it is. That's judgment. Okay? The Heavenly Father loves judgment. He loves it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Shalom.